Hello, sound. Morning. Let's just wait a little bit, and we can start now. Let's wait a little bit. A very, very, very good afternoon to everybody. And I would like to really welcome everybody to the opening program of the 21-day National Leadership Seminar and Lectures Training with the theme Raising Jeong Leaders for Vision 2027. So thank you so much for everybody, especially our beloved leaders, for really taking the time of their day, their very, very precious time to come here and really join us in this 21-day opening program. Now, before anything else, I would like to really recognize our beloved leaders that are in here with us. The president of IAYSP Pilipinas, Mr. Rene Lansangan, and the chairman of IAYSP Pilipinas, our national leader, Dr. Leo Angelo Halog. And the vice president for FFWPU Asia Pacific 2, the chairman of UAPF Philippines, Dr. Julius Malikdam. And the co-chairman of UPF Asia Pacific and our 21 chair, Dr. Robert Kittle. Thank you so much. And of course, I would really recognize my precious brothers and sisters who really are from kung saan sa pandako ng Pilipinas and really traveled far to come here. So thank you so much, especially the people here from Bicol, Bohol, Cebu, our region, Pampanga, and Palawan. So yes, some are familiar faces. And I'm really happy to see you again. And just a little bit of info. Actually, this 21-day opening or this 21-day national leadership training is not actually a first time here in the Philippines. This is like a tradition of education that has been passed down, and it doesn't actually start in the Philippines. Sa Korea pa siya nanggaling. It was a tradition of education that was founded by our founder, Reverend Sun Myung Moon. So, everybody, I hope you are prepared in your hearts to really absorb everything during these 21 days. But before anything else, I would like to ask everybody to please stand up for our invocation.
I pray you'll be our eyes and watch us where we go, and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer when we lose our way. Lead us to a place, guide us with your grace, to a place where we'll be safe.
Luce che tu dai
I pray we'll find your light
nel cuore resterà
and hold it in our heart.
a ricordarci
When
che
stars go out each night,
l'eterna stella nella mia preghiera
let this be our prayer.
quanta fede
When
c'è
be a prayer.
just like every child.
Just like every child, need to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be saved. Then the fede Sento che ci salve.
Please let us remain standing for our national anthem and our Chunalgok anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, helas ng sinangalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinagang tulang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitingin. Luman ang araw ng walhati pagsinta, tuwing langit sa piling mo. Ang hindi kaya na pagkay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Sabi niya, dito lang naman daw siya sa sasakyan, kaya hindi na daw siya maligo. Sabi ko, kuya, may kakausap sa'yo.
I would like to ask everybody to take their seats and sa Zoom yun. So, how are you guys? Okay lang kayo? Okay naman. I have to say sorry to some of you guys kasi maaga yung iba. Some are here from 9 a.m. pa lang. So it took a lot of hours, but I would really congratulate you for your endurance. And without further ado, are you guys ready for some inspiration? Wala yatang ready eh. Are you guys ready for some inspiration? Oh my God, yes. Ganyan dapat. If we are lecturers, we should use what God has given us, our mouth, di ba? This is like training pa lang, first day pa lang, may training na agad, di ba? So, without further ado, I would like to call for his welcoming remarks, our President of IAYC Pilipinas, Mr. Rene Lansangan. Yes,
Good morning. May I request everybody to please rise before we start this opening program. We would like to offer first our standing bow to our heavenly parent, to parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Chunjin, champo ninke kyungbe. Pero, thank you. Please be seated. Good afternoon, young leaders. Please allow me to express my deepest thanks and gratitude, especially to our beloved leaders, to our beloved Dr. Kittel, our UPF co-chair. Please give him a round of applause. Our Dr. Julius Malikdem, our UPF chairman of Philippines, as well as the regional director of Southeast Asia. Please give him a round of applause. President Ronnie Sodosta, he is in Pampanga, but he will join later in the Zoom. But he will give his video message. So please give a round of applause to our President Ronnie Sodosta. Our beloved national leader, Dr. Leo Angelo Halog, Professor Richard Halipa, our international lecturer of IAYSP Asia Pacific, the President of World Card Philippines, Mr. Angelito Cainday, I will offer also my special thanks to all regional leaders in the Zoom, especially to our beloved PhilJap leaders, who sponsor especially most of the participants in Bicol, headed by Kuya John Jumawan and Kuya Roy Karumba. Our HTM coordinator, Mrs. Nina Sobing-Sobing, thank you. And to all officers of IYSP in the different chapters nationwide, thank you so much for your support and determinations that despite of so many activities and difficulties in your respective chapters, you prioritize this 21-day national lectures training, national leadership seminar, and lectures training. This leadership seminar aims to, number one, is to mold and educate the officers and members to be God-centered young leaders who shall become transformational leaders in their community and in the nation. Number two is to enhance the understanding of IYSP officers and members on its core philosophies and values, thereby transforming them to become ideal youth leaders of good character who can make an impact in their community. Number three is to train them to become divine principal and regional youth forum lecturer. Number four is to forge greater teamwork and camaraderie among the members and officers of various IYSP chapters and other affiliate youth organizations. And finally, to further develop their sense of responsibility toward their chapter and region and embody the IYSP core values such as responsibility, integrity, service, and empathy through its seminar, educational contents, team activities, and heart challenge. So the central philosophy of IYSP is the divine principle. this is the reason why we gathered today for the 21-day National Leadership Seminar and Lecturers Training to deepen understanding, to deepen your understanding towards divine principle. The divine principle is the basis of YSP's worldview on true and lasting peace. The divine principle should be able to embrace all historical religions, ideologies, and philosophies and bring them into complete unity among them. The new truth should guide fallen people to return to their original state and to answer the basic questions of life, harmonizes religions and philosophies, harmonizes religion and science, unifies the family, harmonizes races, nations, and cultures. That's why our founder, Dr. Hak Jahan Mon, and our true father, Dr. Samyang Mon, established this IYSP in order to bring hope and solution. According to our founder, and I quote, "It is difficult to find young people today who are passionate about their life. We find so many young people who with no goal or purpose for their life are just wandering around. All great leaders in history had a definite sense of purpose in life from the time they were children. We were all created to be great men and women. God did not send us into this world without purpose. When God created us, He invested His complete love into its person. Since you have learned about the will and step forward to devote yourself to God, our Heavenly Parent, you need to dedicate yourself, your precious days of your youth to heaven without regrets. You have to be men and women who are confident and who can overcome these things. You should repeatedly overcome all the trials and difficulties that you encountered in your life of faith. That's why I challenge all of you to listen attentively in all the lectures and participate and become victorious sons and daughters of our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Because we need more champions of true love to restore this country and to establish world peace. We need each one of you. Each one of you are very important in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the parents, especially in these trying times, in the most difficult moment in our life, especially in this world, that we are still facing of a lot of difficulties, especially the pandemic, where we are having a troubles of war between Ukraine and Russia and many problems in any part of the world. That's why young people must take a stand and become victorious. Once again, welcome, thank you, and mabuhay.
Yes, thank you so much to our president of IAYC Pilipinas, Sir Rene Lansanga. Let's give him another round of applause. of applause. Yes, sorry. Yes, let us become champions of true love that can restore this world. Ready na ba kayo? That's quite a heavy responsibility. I know that as young people, we are alive. We are ready to accept any challenges and even break through and bring home victory. Now, to give his opening remarks, may I call on our chairman of IAWSP Pilipinas and our national leader, Sir Dr. Leo Angelo Tihalog. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Kuya Jude. I would like to express my gratitude to our beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents and to all our beloved leaders who are here. I hope President Hori could join via Zoom today. And of course, to all of you, our beloved brothers and sisters, welcome to our Philippine National Headquarters. Let's give a big round of applause. We are really happy to see you as we start this 21 days Divine Principle leadership seminar and also lecturers training. As you know, 2 years we couldn't do this 21 days usually Divine Principle seminar because of pandemic. So I know you're very excited, but I think all of us also are very excited to have the 21 days seminar after 2 years. We are doing in Zoom, maybe like the content, 21 days, but the content is just 7 days. Really, this is the first time after 2 years. So I think it is very like exciting for all of us. And as we move forward, napatapos na yung COVID. So may I know who are from Mindanao dito? Ilan yung from Mindanao? Okay, meron ba from Mindanao dito? Wala from Mindanao, no. From Visayas. How many from Visayas? So we have from Bohol and Cebu. So we have 4. And then how about other places sa Visayas? Wala na. So from Luzon na lahat. So sa Region 5, from Bicol, how many from Bicol? Also majority from Bicol. Region 5. Wow, thank you very much sa Region 5 for sending our precious brothers and sisters. And then how about from other regions? Region 1, meron bang Region 1? Region 2, Region 3, Region 3, si Warren, no? Si from Cabanatuan? Cabanatuan. And then Region 4A? Region 4A. What? Merong isa. And then Region 4B from Palawan. So we have 2 from Palawan. So from other places, meron pa ba? Wala na. So anyway, thank you very much for coming and really making a determination to be here and participate this, really historic 21-day seminar, leadership seminar and lecturers training. So anyway, today I'm thinking what is like the purpose of this 21 days. So we know that the qualification is everybody already finished the 7 days Divine Principle, right? Is anyone here? Meron pa ba rito hindi nakatapos ng 7 days Divine Principle? So everyone already learned the Divine Principle through the 7-day workshop. So this time, you will going to learn more through the 21-day education. So this seminar that we'll be doing. So I think this is really great opportunity for all of you to learn more deeply the Divine Principle, and then not only actually listening during this time, you will be learning how to give lecture, right? And then not only the Divine Principle, even the Regional Youth Forum lectures that we did in 17 regions, you know that one, right? So because of the foundation of our Rally of Hope, and then we had the partnership with the National Youth Commission, and then last year, we did the Regional Youth Forum education program to the 17 regions in our country. So, and then ngayon after that, many are requesting us, like in Bohol recently, we concluded ulit yung 2 days doon. And then in Palawan, all the campuses ng Palawan State University, and then local governments also, they're requesting us. So you will be learning not only the Divine Principle, but also lecturing the content of the Regional Youth Forum, especially the Victory over Communism na mga lectures. So, as you know, already our movement, kahit na pandemic, we are doing a lot of activities, even online, kahit walang physical, continuous education are still going on online. And then now, we are now starting the face-to-face. So already we could do in some areas, in Mindanao, in Visayas. So actually, we really need to raise up many educators of the Divine Principle. So this is now great chance for all of us. So we are all looking forward, right? To be able to, teach all people, especially young people. And then we are now working also with the government to make a module of this educational program to be part of the education system of our country, lalong-lalo na sa mga senior high school, sa mga college and universities. So we are moving to that direction. But really, we need to raise up many educators. Kanina nabanggit ni President Rene that the core daw ng YSP is the divine principle. So, it's very important for us to have the deep understanding of the divine principle. Actually, our elders, tayo, mga elders natin, there is yung standard na education na pinagdadaanan before, 70 days education. You need to do 2 days or 3 days and then 7 days, 21 days, 40 days. This is like the standard education for us to have deeper understanding of the divine principle. But because of the pandemic then and then many situations, we could do only very seldom. But we are determined to do at least in 1 year, we can have even 40 days dapat. We did that, I think last 2019 po yata yun, yung 40 days. So actually our brothers and sisters, lalo na those who can really take serious responsibilities in the future, they need to have gone through this kind of education program so that we can have deeper understanding of the principle. And then, kaya nga now we are doing this and then later on, siguro hindi lang once in 1 year. If we can do even 4 times of 21 days and then 2 times 40 days in 1 year. So we can raise up a lot of young people that can really take ownership. Kasi can you imagine in the Philippines now, the population now of the Philippines is 112 million. Ang young people more than 33 million ang population ng mga kabataan. Right? So we really need to educate our young people. Kaya kailangan natin ng maraming educator. And then when you learn the divine principle and especially you teach the divine principle, you have the opportunity to understand more deeply. Kasi actually even many times you listen from the divine principle education, but if you didn't learn how to teach it, there is like always limit on your understanding. Kaya pag nag-start na tayong magturo ng divine principle and then also the causal lectures, then we can have deeper understanding. This is another level of educating ourselves. Another level yun siya. And then we can be able to have the opportunity more to be able to practice in our life. Kasi nga, we are learning the principle not only to know, but to be able to practice sa buhay natin. It should really become, part of our life. Yun yung pinaka-goal natin sa buhay, right? And then later, we become a model. And then fulfilling the original purpose of why God created us, yung 3 great blessings. Right? So the principle is very, very important, our understanding of the divine principle. Kaya this is really great chance for all of us. So, what is really, yung the pinaka-purpose of really learning the principle? So, I'm thinking, kanina, so each one of us actually need to really inherit the heart of Heavenly Parent and True Parent's heart, especially of urgency in saving all humanity. So we have learned that true Father started alone. Si Father, nag-umpisa lang siya, mag-isa siya. And then now, we cannot imagine now how much our movement have expanded worldwide. Because, slowly, people started to inherit True Heavenly Parent's heart and True Parent's heart. Continuously. So, we need to raise up many young people that can truly inherit the heart of Heavenly Parent and the heart of True Parents, that can really understand the urgency of saving all humanity. So, if we can multiply these young people, can you imagine? Si Father, he started alone. Kapag tayo in the Philippines, like for example, I don't know how many, this number ngayon, mga 40 siguro ito. If each one of us will going to inherit such a heart, can you imagine how much we will going to multiply? Right? How much can we influence? And really transform our society, transform our nation, transform the world. Right? So, we are doing a lot of education sa mga families, mga mag-asawa na, but I was reminded, we are saying, there's a saying that prevention is better than cure. So now we are doing a lot of HTM, educating yung mga mag-asawa na, marami ng anak, but actually the reality is not easy. We could educate them, but it's still, the practice, yung habit nila is still, how many really, yung out of HTM we have educated and become like us? I don't know exactly, we don't have the data yet. So how many? So it's really not easy. So thinking about, prevention, better than like curing, like we are like curing with the families na. So to prevent, later on, families from breaking down, we need to educate young people. We need to educate young people now. We need to prepare them to build good and ideal families, right? So now many situations we are experiencing. But when I think about our own families, the two parents have raised up, we have very beautiful families. The community, our nation, the world should see this. They should see. Kaya ngayon, our young people, we have to educate them and really prepare them to become great father, great mother, great husband, great wife in the future. I'm always, reminded with what always Dr. Kittle is telling us, that what is the purpose of education? To become a good parent. So our young people now, they need to be prepared very well to become really good father and good mother. And then later on, we can already avoid these problems in the families. Aju? That's why now you are here. God sent you. Hindi lang yung regional leaders nyo, right? Heavenly Parent have sent you. After very challenging 2 years because of pandemic, now it's like great opportunity now to once again bloom. It's like spring is coming. Like from winter, and then now spring is coming. So now this is now the time to really shine, that the world should see. I remember, because also of some situation in Japan, you have heard about the passing of Prime Minister Abe, right? So anyway, True Mother mentioned that we should reach out at least like 30% of the world population. One day, President Hori mentioned that, of course, there are some situations, but, like 100% people of the world now, they're starting to, know and understand. Also, especially our movement. And then slowly later on, we can clearly, let the world know the amazing work of true parents. So we are now reaching out 100% of the world population. Slowly, they will going to see. So our blessed families, our elders, leaders who have sacrificed and continuously sacrificing until now, especially true parents, our beloved true mother, the great impact that true parents have done in this world, that have reached, all the corners of the world, can be able to be seen by all humanity one day. That's why we have to, continue. Ito na yung time natin ngayon. We have to really shine more brightly. Our young people need to take ownership, take responsibility. That's why through this education, we all need to really inherit the heart of Heavenly Parent and the heart of true parents, the heart of urgency, saving all humanity. Aju? That's why this is not just to, teach you how to give lecture, but really you yourself, how can we become the real example of true parents? We have to resemble true parents. We need to become like them. We need to become like true father. We need to become like true mother. Aju? So if we can raise up that young people, for sure this nation can become a nation of Chanilguk. By 2027, we can truly contribute and support true mother in the establishment of Heavenly Unified Korea and Heavenly Unified World. So I would like to congratulate you in advance for really, taking your time. I know you have sacrificed, maybe some of you even went fundraising just to participate, just to join this, right? So always remember what you are doing, the sacrifice that you are doing, not only for yourself, not only for your own city or municipality. We are all working together with our beloved True Mother to really create a better world, especially for the sake of the future generation, and truly liberate completely Heavenly Parent and True Parent's heart. Aju? So once again, I wish you all the best, and I wish that all of you can truly become really great, and really our true parents can become proud, to all of you as children, sons and daughters of our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. So once again, welcome, and may Heavenly Parents and True Parents love be always upon you and your families. So I wish you success for this 21 days workshop. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir LA, for that very, very, very inspiring message. Yes, let us inherit true parents and Heavenly Parents' heart by becoming a great father and a great mother in the future. And That's in this 21-day national workshop and lectures training. Not let's not just learn how to give lecture, but become the contents of the lecture itself. Aju, Ju. Now, since we are very very inspired na, let's take a chill pill, kumbaga. So let's welcome to give their special number. Let's welcome our brother and sister, Mr. Peter Herman Kaga and Miss Celine Deapera.
So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Peter and this is Celine. So we're gonna offer a song for you all. The title is Mapa by SB19. So if you know this song, please sing with us. Mama, gusto natin na tayo laging nagkikita. Miss na kita sobra. Lagi na lang kami ang nauuna. Di ba pwedeng ikaw muna? Akin ang pangamba. Dahil ikaw ang aking mata sa tuwing mundo'y nag-iibang dahilan ng aking paghinga. Kaya
Huwag mag-alala, ipikit ang iyong mata, tana. Pahinga muna, ako nang bahala. Bispas sa labis ang iyong nagawa, mama. Pahinga muna, ako na. La-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da, la-ta, la-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da, la-ta. Papa, naaalala mo pa ba? Nung ako ay bata pa, di ba? Aking puso yung hinanda sa mga bagay na buhay ang may dala. Dala ko ang bawat ng payo at hanggang sa dulo, magkalayo man tayo, ako'y tatayo, pangako tatay ko. Dahil ikaw ang aking paa sa tuwing mundo'y gagapang na ang dahilan ng aking paghinga. Kaya huwag mag-alala, ipikit ang iyong mata, tana. Pahinga muna, ako nang bahala. Bispas sa labis ang iyong nagawa, papa. Pahinga muna, ako na. La-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da, la-ta, la-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da-ta-da-ta-da, la-ta-da, la-ta.
di ko na sasayangin pang mga natitirang paghinga.
Huwag mo na kung saan naroon ang mahalaga. At kahit na kailan pa may di mawawala, pagkat dala kong mapa. San man mapunta, alam kung saan nagmula. Oh, mag-alala, ipikit ang iyong mata, tana, pahinga muna. Ako nang bahala, labis sa labis ang iyong nagawa, mapa, pahinga muna. Ako na, let's 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 mapa, pahinga muna. Ako na.
Thanks so much po.
Let's give a round of applause for Kuya Peter and Ate Celine. Thank you so much for that heartfelt special number. Yan. Diba kasi sabi ko lang kayo na let's become great fathers and mothers than Mapa. But at this juncture, let's call on for give his special message the Vice President, our Regional Vice President of Asia Pacific 2, Dr. Julius Malikdem. Let's give him a round of applause.
Good afternoon. Napasinghot ako doon sa kanta. Yeah, it's really very meaningful, especially when we think of the hard work of true parents, right? It's like saying, mother and father, don't worry, I'll take from here, something like that. So anyway, Dr. Kittle, our national leader, Kuya L.A., Kuya Rene, Kuya Angel, Kuya Richel, Kuya Ronnie, and all our great leaders who are here, how are you? Parang hindi great ata. Puyat ba kayo? Some of you are tired traveling how many hours? One day? More than one day? Yeah. How many of you traveled by boat? Sinong sumakay by boat? Ayan. Buti nakarating kayo, no? By bus or by car, how many hours from Bicol? 12 hours? Wow. And all the others. Sinong pinakamalayo? Who came from farthest? Jupiter? Wala naman. Lahat naman sa Earth, no? So anyway, yeah, I'm so grateful that we can start this 21 days workshop after the pandemic. Looks like now we are almost overcoming this pandemic. And hopefully this will not be the last. We have to do regularly 21 days. And then after that, 40 days. So welcome to Manila and welcome to our headquarters. Okay, palakpakan. How many of you, first time to come to headquarters, Philippine headquarters? How many? Wow, marami ah. Wow, around 60%. Oh, great. Do you know that I had my 21 days workshop right here in the headquarters 32 years ago, 1991. I just graduated in college. And then after that, supposed to be I will review for the board exam because I took up electronics and communications engineering. So all my classmates went to Manila to review. I went to Manila to attend 21 days workshop. No regrets. You know, that was 32 years ago. And yeah, we had that time, it's not yet like this. So our workshop hall was, I think, this part here. And then we have one small room here. So that's why this is memorable place when it comes to 21 days workshop. And maybe some of you also have your 21 days here. Okay, may kodigo ako dito. So very important as you start your 21 days is to check your motivation. Why are you here? If this is not clear, the whole 21 days, you will be in trouble. Okay? So that's why if your motivation is not fixed, it has not settled down yet, dapat ngayon pa lang, i-settle down mo na yung motivation mo. Those from Bohol, you travel by boat, right? I remember a story. Isang araw, sa boat yon, tapos nagkakagulo. Sigawan yung mga tao doon sa barko. Yun pala may nalulunod na dalaga. So somebody is drowning on the sea, nahulog. And then, so everybody shouting like, oh, somebody save that girl, save that lady. Maya-maya, may biglang tumalon. Isang matanda na lalaki, lolo. And then, niligtas niya yung babae. And then everybody were like clapping their hands. Wow, hero yun. Sino yun? Sino kaya yun? And then, everybody was shocked nung nakita nila yung tumalon at niligtas yung babae ay isang matandang lalaki, isang lolo. And then yung captain ng barko, sabi niya, okay, so now, suddenly nagkaroon ng programa para i-recognize yung hero ng barko na yon. So everybody, I would like to introduce to you, my microphone, no? Kasi para marinig ng lahat. Let's all gather here. I will introduce to you the hero that saved this lady who is drowning. And then, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our hero. Tapos, biglang pasok yung lolo. Nahihiya pa nga, no? Nahihiya. Punta siya dun sa parang yung tablado. And then so now, sige, pakinggan natin. Pakinggan natin ang ating hero. Let's interview and let's welcome our hero to give some message. Binigay sa kanya yung microphone. And then, sabi nung lolo, binigay yung microphone sa kanya, sabi niya, mayroon lang akong isang tanong. Sino yung tumulak sa akin? I only have one question. Who pushed me? Brothers and sisters, sometimes you need to be pushed to become a hero. Aju? Who pushed you to attend here? Maybe your leader, your parents, maybe somebody who invited you, your spiritual parent, probably. Someday, you will thank this person who pushed you to attend this 21 days. Aju? Sino kayang tumulak sa akin para mag-attend ng 21 days noon? Alam ko noon, sinundo pa ako sa bahay. Kasi I don't plan to attend that time. I was preparing to take review for board exam. But suddenly, somebody came and talked to me and even talked to my parents para walang kawala. And then sponsored my registration, everything. So I am here until now. So someday, brothers and sisters, alalahanin ninyo, you will thank this person who pushed you to attend this 21 days. Aju? Ano yung theme natin? Raising Jeong leaders for Vision 2027. Alam niyo yung Jeong, filial heart, ano yan upgraded level of faith. Okay? When I say upgraded, when you compare faith and Jeong, ibang level ang Jeong. You know why? Because normally, tayo ay may pananampalataya. We have faith kasi mayroon tayong kailangan. I need to have faith in God. I need to have faith in Christ, in the Messiah, because I need to be saved. Right? So ganun ang faith. Mayroon tayong pangangailangan. That's why we need to have faith. How about Jeong? Jeong is something that you offer without expecting anything in return. Ang motivation ng Hyojong ay gusto kong mapasaya ang aking magulang. I want to make God happy. I want to make true parents happy. So that is the motivation. Kaya ginagawa mo yan dahil hindi para sa'yo. It is for heavenly parents, for true parents, and for your parents. Aju? Mapa. Ayan. So it could be your physical parents, it could be your spiritual parents. So you are doing this out of your hyojong, out of your heart, your love, in order to do something for the sake of heavenly parent, for true parents, and your parents. Aju? Anyway, so all of you already have learned divine principle, more or less. Yes or no? Let me ask you, are you excited to learn again about divine principle? I hope so. Some people would say, alam ko na yan. Divine principle, na lecture na sa amin yan. But you know, divine principle is not only limited to the pages that you read or to the lectures given to you. Divine principle is a way of life. Aju? So way of life. So that means whether you learn it 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, or you only learn it now, important is how it becomes your way of life. How are you practicing it daily, every day? How are you applying it in your daily life, in your decision making? So that's why in this 21 days, kaya parang this is an opportunity for you to clarify not only yung teachings, not only the theology, but to clarify. Ano ba talaga ang divine principle sa akin? No? How can I challenge myself to make this divine principle become me? It's my way of life. The way you think, the way you prioritize things, always align with the principle. Aju? So yun ang i-challenge nyo during this 21 days. Okay? Wag yung, dapat, you need to have a parang fresh mindset na parang first time na naririnig ninyo. Kasi mamaya si Kuya Richel magbigay ulit ng lecture about 3 stages of growth. Alam ko na yan. 4 position foundation. Alam ko na yan. No? With that kind of motivation, walang mangyayari. You know, when God will pour out His blessings, parang ulan. It's like rain. So kahit na malakas yung ulan, pero maliit lang yung dala mo na lalagyan. Hanggang doon lang. Aju? So what do you need in order to receive more blessings? You need to make your heart wider. Open wide your heart. No? So with that kind of, yung mind mo na ganun, wow, exciting. Parang, like everything is like first time that you are receiving it. And then I'm sure, you will feel something. You will be, kumbaga, ma-feel mo yan eh. Hindi mo yan madi-deny. You can feel something na, kailangan kong gawin to. I need to have this become part of my life. And that is most important in these 21 days. Maybe your first encounter with divine principle more on intellectual. Pinaprocess mo, totoo ba to? Nandyan ba sa Bible talaga yan? Di ba? Ganun yung mga tanong mo, no? Maybe you attended 3 days workshop. Maybe you attended 7 days. Basically, more on intellectual. Ina-absorb mo yung mga information, mga data. But in these 21 days, I challenge you, wag mo lang dalhin dito yung lecture. Put it here. Aju? And I'm sure that will really make a big change in your life of faith. Aju? In our life of faith, very important is your starting point of life of faith. That starting point of life of faith, that is the time when you will confirm totoo talaga ang divine principle. And then I need to do something. I need to take ownership for the providence. I need to really help heavenly parents. I need to really help true parents. Because the vision and the mission of true parents is so difficult. Do you think it's easy to save the world? Not easy, right? Not easy. That's why we need so many owners of that vision of true parents. So make that as a challenge in these 21 days. That when you graduate, klaro ka sa sarili mo. I am taking ownership. I am taking responsibility. That's why yung kanta kanina, pahinga muna, ako na lang, ako muna. Parang ganun yung determination mo eh. No? Yes, let our heavenly parents rest. Let true parents rest. I will take ownership. I will take responsibility. Aju? Aju! Ayan. So please do your best. Put more Jeong song every day. Challenge your limitations. And then I'm sure at the end of this 21 days, you will find yourself your upgraded version of yourself. Aju? And a victorious version of yourself. So advance, congratulations, and hope to see you in your graduation. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much for the inspiration, Dr. Julius Malekdem. Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you so much. We should know first our motivation for these 21 days. And we learned that sometimes we need to be pushed. Sometimes we need to be pushed to become heroes. And finally, let us embody the word Jeong and become the living divine principle by taking ownership. So, let's do it. We should really reflect on sa nakuha natin or pakinggan natin. So, are you guys ready? Now, since we are overflowing with inspiration na, but make room for more. Actually, this person is actually one of my idol, especially in giving lecture. So please help me to welcome with a thunderous round of applause our Chonne One Chair, Dr. Robert Kittle.
Wow. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming. I will tell you why I became a lecturer. I was probably your age, and I had just joined the movement. I just joined. And I was very inspired, and I came from a very strong Christian background and a Christian experience. It was a spiritual experience, very, very powerful. And with that experience, I couldn't deny the spiritual world, but I couldn't understand it either. So I was kind of in a quandary. How do I solve this problem? And this experience was something that it was a very powerful experience, and it led me ultimately to the principle. And so then I listened. It was a 2-day. I was very inspired because it answered so many questions that I had, so many questions. And then I joined the movement. I joined the bus team. We went from, I don't know if you know, Salt Lake City to Las Vegas. And I was on the street witnessing, and I brought guests to the lecture. And I'm sitting with my guest in the lecture. And because I had a strong Christian background, I could easily relate to other Christians. So I would go up and praise the Lord, and oh, praise the Lord. And immediately you've got some connection, immediately. And I carried my Bible. I would always carry my Bible. And so I'm sitting in the lecture with my guest, and then he raises his hand before the lecture starts. He said, I have just one question. Can I ask a question before? And the lecturer said, yeah, sure, go ahead. Do you believe in the blood of Jesus? And the lecturer said, no, that's a silly idea, but just sit and we'll explain it. And my guest said, I don't need to sit here anymore. He got up and walked out. I decided then and there, I will teach. Because teaching is life and death for these new people. It's a very serious obligation that you take. So you're training now like the soldier on the battlefield. It's no different. Are you ready really to put your life on the line when you teach and have that foundation of preparation? So I went back to the center and I walked into the lecture hall and nobody was there. And I opened my book and I started to teach. No one was in the audience. No one was in the room at all. Then the center leader came and he heard somebody in the living room, looked into the room. What are you doing? I'm practicing. I'm going to be a teacher. I'm going to be a lecturer. So that was my heart. And I've lectured many times, but always, 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 I feel I haven't given enough. I haven't prepared enough. No matter how many times I've given the same lecture, something could be better. The audience is going to be different, so I have to change a little bit. So I'd like to share with you some pointers that I have when I teach. And like the principle, you need to consider both the external and the internal. So you need to prepare externally. You need to do that. What type of clothes are you going to wear? Yeah, it's really important. Father said he wears a suit and tie. He doesn't like suits and ties, but he wears it for the sake of the audience. And then Father taught us, he said, what if I stood in front of the audience and my tie was here? Then everybody would look at my tie and not me. Why this man doesn't know how to tie a tie? So I need to dress really with the expectation of the audience so that they feel comfortable, not only for me to prepare as necessary, but for the audience, for them to feel comfortable. So how you prepare. Do you have time to take a shower? Do you have time to put on clean clothes? In lecturing, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But when you actually lecture, definitely you need to have this external preparation. It's really important. And external is not less important than internal. Actually, they're both equally the same. Then, how early did you get up to prepare? Again, if I have a lecture in the next day, that night, actually, I cannot sleep. Because I think I can make this better. I've got to invest more. I can do better. And if I can do better, then I need to put more time into that. And I'll go through it and I'll change one word here. I'll reorganize the slide there, the structure of the slide to make it clearer, or how it builds one slide, build on the other. These are all important things. And it helps you to be confident so that when you stand, you speak to the audience before you open your mouth. With your confidence, with your preparation, with your heart. You're already communicating. And I walked into the audience and I looked, why the podium is so far away? If I'm over here, then feeling already distance, right? Some distance. So I was happy to see that Julius walked up here and wants to be closer with you. Next is come early. If you come on time, you are late. If you come on time, you are late. You have to be there early. I like to look at the lecture hall early. And I want to do something to make the lecture hall better. Pick up a piece of paper. I know that something was spilled over here when I walked in and I walked up to the corner. Something spilled over there on the floor. If I had come early, I would have cleaned that up. This is the hospital. This is where they're going to be born. It should be spotless, right? I mean, you go into a hospital and it's dirty, you think, well, I'll get another hospital, because hygiene is so important. They say cleanliness is next to godliness. That's true. In your lecture hall, that's the same thing. So come in early, find something, maybe you can help organize it. Maybe you can ask, well, please move the podium a little bit closer. Definitely you need to check your audio and video, your PowerPoint. Definitely. Don't get up and, well, sorry, but something's not working. Don't do that. It means you're not prepared. The audience feels, well, wow, he or she, well, this is not the highest priority for them. They didn't prepare. That's the communication. Nobody says anything, but that's what you're communicating. I didn't have time to prepare or check the PowerPoint or the audio and make things work like that. So these things are important. Next, on the external side, know your audience. How many people are there? What age are they? What background do they have? I was happy to see some of the presenters polling the audience. Where are you from? Where are you from? And people raise their hands. I'm from the, what is it? National Capital Region. Yeah. I live next door. Know your audience, because that will impact your lecture. If you have one person who is a Muslim in your audience, your lecture will change. Because you have to talk to them. You can't ignore them. Well, most of us are Christians. Sorry about that. No, that won't work. And the other Christians will appreciate that as you explain using the Quran, the same concept. So it'll make your lecture bigger. Internally, I think the most important thing is your inspiration. If you are inspired, if the spirit, inspiration, the spirit, if that spirit is in you, that enthusiasm, that spirit, people will feel that automatically. And when you lecture, look at their eyes. Don't look above and pretend. Be courageous. Look at their eyes. Eye to eye. If you contact with one person, everybody feels that. Everybody feels that. So look into their eyes, connect with their eyes, and you'll see some people nodding. Then you can focus on that person or something. Wow, they really get it. Or you might ask a question. Did you have, what inspiration did you gather? I saw you nodding. And then, wow, you're paying attention to them and they are paying attention to you. Give and take, it's called. It's important. So I would like to change this, and the national leader referred to this. 21-day national leadership seminar, and it's lecturers, but actually learner. You will learn the principles. That's the opportunity that you get, because you can't teach if you don't learn, if you don't know it. So it's an opportunity for learners training. So you're training yourself how to learn. The other thing on the internal side, ask yourself this question before you get up. Let's say you're going to teach chapter 1 and you have the dual purpose principle of mind and body and the pair system principle of man and woman. Ask yourself a question. Ask yourself the night before while you're preparing. What problem will this principle solve? So mind and body. Everything has a mind and body. So what problem? That's a truth, and everybody, yeah, that's true, that's true. But what problem does it solve? What problem? And then if you're solving problems, you're really helping people. For example, when we go out and teach with the VOC, it doesn't matter if they're communists or not, because people are thinking this way anyway. The communists kind of tap into it and then exploit it, but everybody's thinking Yeah, nothing's equal. We're not equal. Why are we not equal? Why are we not equal? Yeah, and the boss is, got more money than and the president and the prime minister. Look at all the money. Even my parents like this. And then the thinking is, well, if they're not equal, let's make them equal. So let's destroy this vertical relationship and make everything equal. Why not? Because the vertical relationship is the essence of goodness itself. Parents should not be equal to their children. The teacher should not be equal to the student. Then they have nothing to teach. So there is a concentration of knowledge or finances or power or position in the subject position because God wants to use that subject position to give blessing to others. If they're equal, then how can this person, and then if you want to make them equal, well, let's destroy the family. And they advocate that. Let's destroy the class structure of society. Oh, yeah, let's destroy religion. Let's destroy the government. Because they don't understand the value of this vertical tradition. For example, and everything you can think. What is the value to them? What problem am I going to solve when I teach this lecture? So I would like to close with one thing. It's my mantra.
Lecture ng 21 days.
What are you going to do as a lecturer? Is there a feminine name for lecturer? Lecturee? Doesn't matter. Section 12. The state recognizes the sanctity of family life and shall protect and strengthen the family as the basic autonomous social institution. It shall equally protect the life of the mother and the life of the unborn from conception. The natural and primary right and duty of parents is the rearing of youth for civic efficiency and the development of moral character shall receive the support of the government. Section 12. You are helping your government fulfill what they promised in their constitution. You're raising families and advocating the importance of the family. The next one, section 13. The state recognizes the vital role of youth in nation building and shall promote and protect their physical, moral, spiritual, intellectual, and social well-being. It shall inculcate in the youth patriotism and nationalism and encourage their involvement in public and civic affairs. This is what you are doing when you get up to lecture. The two things that we talk about, good character with young people and the importance of marriage and family. That's in your constitution. Section 12, section 13. That's your mantra. That's the reason why this regional youth forum that went around the country hit. I remember speaking via Zoom to one education program in Mindanao. Which one was that? Not maybe Zamboanga. And there was a lady in the audience. She was, I think, a principal, a very high position. And I asked the question. I said, you see in the Constitution 6 times it talks about patriotism and nationalism in your Constitution, 6 times. Then I asked the question, well, who defines that? That's the goal. And you look at that in your education programs, the bills that come out of Congress, the legislature, patriotism and nationalism. Who defines what patriotism and nationalism is? Well, it's in the Constitution 6 times, but it's not clearly defined. Who defines it? You. When they heard Father's explanation, however brief, they were, oh, wow. This is what our children need. And they opened up their schools and they invited Julius to Palawan and they invited us to Bohol and many other places. So an explosion is taking place. So again, I spoke longer than I was supposed to, I think more than 5 minutes. But anyway, I may not see you again. I think probably I will at your graduation. But again, study hard and really invest without hesitation. The more that you invest, then you're preparing yourself. The notes that you make this time, you can use when you go out to teach. So thank you again. It's nice to see you. And thank you for coming. God bless.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Gito. Let's give him a round of applause once again. Yes. Actually, if I can share my experience, then I have maybe 1 gig of his lectures. Nire-record ko kasi if Dr. Gito is giving lectures, I always make it a habit to record everything. So, yeah, we have learned a lot of pointers talaga, externally and internally. So maybe keep this in our heart and in our mind for us to become future lecturers, di ba? Kasi if we look at this 21 day, it's actually training us to become future lecturers, then future leaders. But if we don't put it in our heart and our mind, then it will all get wasted, di ba? So we are actually at the end of our program now, but this program will not really end without looking or without asking first our uh, vice president for Asia Pacific 2, our Mr. Ronnie Sudusta, for words, but he isn't here right now, so he sent us actually a video message. So technical, please, let's give Sir Ronnie a round of applause.
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our Heavenly Parents and True Parents, to our Regional President, Masaichi Hori, to our 21 Chair, Dr. Robert S. Kittel, to our Vice President, Dr. Julius Malikdem, National Leader, Reverend Dr. Leo Angelo Halog, to all our leaders who are present here, and to all the leaders who sent you all here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much that we could finally have this very historical 21 days National Leadership Seminar and Lecturers Training with the team Raising Jeong Leaders for Vision 2027. It is my honor to give the final speech on this opening ceremony to welcome you all to attend this 21 days training. I pray that all throughout this training, you could understand more the providence and the heart of our Heavenly Parents and True Parents. One of the philosophy that I'm taking in life is that providence prolong not because of the people who persecute outside, but because the people who were expected to understand never understood. And I pray that through these 21 days, you all could understand the heart of Heavenly Parents and True Parents. There are many people outside who are stronger, many people outside who possess greater wisdom and greater ability more than us. But I pray that through you, may Heavenly Parents and True Parents can bless more people. Through your understanding, may Heavenly Parents and True Parents can save more people. As they say, when we understand it in our mind, there is a revolution that will take place inside our heart. May this revolution take place to you in these 21 days and will become your guide all throughout your path in this providential road, in this very historical road that we are sharing together. Thank you so much once again. And through these closing remarks, I would like to express how happy I am to welcome you all representing your regions and your place here in the Philippines to grow as one family of lecturers, as one family of divine principle lecturers here, and the other important lectures that we need to give in order to save this country, the Philippines. Thank you so much. This is your Vice President and your YSP President, Ronnie Sudusta, expressing my deepest gratitude to all of you. 감사합니다. 사랑합니다.
Aju. Yes, thank you so much, Sir Ronnie Sudusta. Even though he is far away now, he is still giving this love to the future leaders here in the Philippines. So we have received so much inspiration for this day. Opening pa lang yan. Opening program pa lang yan. What more the following days. So let's set out our determination na. Let's give out our whole best day one pa lang. Now, at this juncture, actually, we're gonna end this opening program. But of course, I would like to invite everybody to stand up, and join me in the closing prayer. Let's bow our heads and feel the presence of Heavenly Parents and True Parents. 사랑하는 하늘 부모님, 순애하신 존재인 저 부모님 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. Heavenly Parents and True Parents, 감사합니다. 사랑합니다. Thank you so much for gathering us as one family, for us to really pledge our heart, our filial piety towards you in the opening of our 21-day national seminar, leadership seminar, and lectures training, for us to really pledge that we will become children that can take responsibility for the providence, Heavenly Parents. Please, Heavenly Parent, as we go toward this path, we know that this is not easy. We have sacrificed our time, our effort, and all of our heart for us to be here in this time. So, Heavenly Parent, you know that we will do our best toward this 21-day condition. And please, Heavenly Parent, as we start this 21-day condition, or this 21-day leadership seminar, may your Spirit come down toward us and really teach us many things, not only on how to speak well, not only on how to deal with our people, but how can we feel our true parents' heart? How can we feel the heart of a parent always wanting to reach out for their children? Even though we know that this path may not be always easy, even though that we know that this path may be long and thorny, we know, Heavenly Parent, that we can get through this victoriously because you have done the same. Heavenly Parents and True Parents, we are here with my brothers and sisters in front of our leaders. We are here to pledge our undying loyalty. We are here to pledge that we will become victorious after these 21 days. We will pledge that we will take responsibility for the providence of the world. We will restore substantially. We will build a substantial Chunalgok by becoming future leaders, by becoming future lecturers. May we inherit all of the inspiration, all of the skills, and all of the heart of our leaders that are here. And may we finally say to our Heavenly Parent and True Parents, and to our beloved leaders, don't worry anymore. Don't worry anymore. Because we are here to do our best. We are here to finish the providence of restoration. So please don't worry anymore. And Heavenly Parent and True Parents, please have hope within us that the youth are taking responsibility, that we are taking ownership for the providence and the building of the substantial Chunalgok. So don't worry, True Mother. We'll do our best, not only to finish this course, but to become victorious, to finish it with flying numbers. So please have hope in the future, because we will do our best. Heavenly Parents and True Parents, as always, with a heart of filial piety, with a heart of sincerity, with the heart of utmost determination, in True Parents' name I pray, Aju. 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 Let's now, at this juncture, may we invite our W Corp President, our President Angelito Kainday, to lead our 3 cheers of Ogmanse.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So let's end this opening ceremony by offering our 4 cheers of Ogmanse. Okay, so you receive a lot of inspiration to our top leaders, and I hope it will be your energy to really become successful in your 21 days. national leadership training, and national leadership and lectures training. So let's offer our 4 cheers of Og Manse. First, to our heavenly parent. Second, to our victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Third, to our Vision 2027. And the fourth one is to the success of our 21-day National Leadership Seminar and Lecturers Training. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Og Manse to our heavenly parent. Og Manse to our victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. Og Manse to the Vision 2027. Og Manse to the success of the 21 days National Leadership Seminar and Lecturers Training. Og Manse!
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Angelito. And this marks the end of our opening program. So I would like everybody that has joined us in Zoom and in Facebook and in YouTube for really spending the time of their day to join us in this ceremony. I would like to thank our leaders. So before we end everything, let's take a photo or let's take a group picture. Please sit down, everybody. Okay, let's first take our formal picture. Formal muna. Please be responsible for your faces. Okay, okay na? Bench. On. Uy, grab, bilang naman. Okay, let's heart. Parang nila. Mask off pala muna. Heart. Okay. Success for Vision 2027. Sing me. One more time. Success for Vision 2027. Sing me. Then wave. Woo. Yes, thank you so much, everybody. Please, participants, stay still muna. We have a few announcements pa before we get prepared. So please stay muna. Pero kung sino yung gusto mag-CR or nauuhaw, you can muna ngayon for maybe 5 minutes. If you want to take picture with our leaders, please, this is your chance na. Yan, mga from regions. By region first, by region ay na, yung Bicol. Okay, Bicol, please. Bicol. Dami pala ng Bicol.